Do the shit.
All right, welcome in to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, a special 2 episode week for us. We got a special guest on hand. We got a man from Carmel, Indiana. This guy's the biggest Maryland Terps fan I know. Okay, he's an eBay
Yeah.
genius. And is it first off Ben Powell? Ben Powell,
Yes,
welcome
sir.
in. I got a question
Thank
right
you.
off the bat.
Thank
I
you for
got a question right off the bat for you. Is
Okay,
it
what we
true?
got?
Is it true that your 2 cats are larger than your 3 dogs?
Um, it's close.
It's pretty
It's
close, huh?
yeah.
It's pretty close.
We'd have to
Well-
have a weigh-in, a daily weigh-in.
A daily weigh in. They're changing that much.
No.
Gotta put some insulin. Get some insulin into those cats.
Yeah. I think the cats would definitely beat at least one of the dogs for sure. It'd be close.
If I'm not mistaken, they kind of intimidate the dogs, don't they?
It depends on the dog. They
Okay.
all they have
Okay.
their own.
You got a
One
you
of
got a
them is
new
very
one.
intimidated. The other one just terrorizes the cats to the point of they hide in the other room. So yeah, it's
Is that is
the
that
zoo.
the new? Is that the new one?
yeah, the
haven't
new
met-
one. Yeah.
I haven't met the new guy yet. What's his name?
Her name is Josephine. Yeah.
Josephine. Okay.
We got a lot. She goes by a lot of nicknames. Joey,
Nice.
Josie,
Nice.
Josie.
Max, what do you think of 2 cats and 3 dogs running loose?
Sounds like a lot going on in that house. Probably a lot of fur. You have the cat rollers in every room. You got the rollers in every room. Coughing up hairballs at night.
Yeah.
I'd be sneezing too much. I'd be sneezing.
I
This
was
is
I was fortunate enough to stay with Ben a few times over the past year, and I definitely always brought my allergy medicine. Definitely needed allergy medicine in the house.
Yeah.
that's a good point. Yeah.
But Ben Powell here, native of Indianapolis, Carmel area, he's a
Yeah.
big Maryland Terrapins fan. Ben,
Yeah.
can you explain that? I see the hats in the background.
Yeah.
Can you
Get a
explain?
good shot at that.
Hey,
Yep.
there we
Quite the
go.
collection. I
Oh,
got
there we go. Oh, look out! Look out!
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Can you explain how
Can I
you jumped on
explain
that?
it? Yeah. It's not a great story, but as a little kid, I liked the turtle mascot, and we went with it ever since. So,
Yeah,
just had to be different. My parents were all Kentucky fans, and
Huh?
just
Fuck the
wanted to be
Cats.
special. So,
Fuck the
yeah,
Cats.
Cats. Go Terps. You're the
go
turtle.
Terps. And now, I don't know how many years now, but they're moved from the ACC and now they're in the Big Ten, and that gives us the
Yep.
opportunity to have a Big Ten breakdown, looking
Mm.
at
Yeah.
every team here. Max's alma mater, the Purdue
Yeah.
Boilermakers, leading the conference. I think we should start right there at the top. What Max, you got anything about your Boilers for us?
Hey, Purdue Boilers are looking like one of the best teams, not only in the league, but one of their best teams that Purdue's ever had. Okay, these guys, they roll together. They all touch the ball. Like I always bring it up because I'm always bragging about Purdue. I can't express it enough. 7'4" Zach Edey. Even when Purdue loses, which I know you want to talk about that, Ben. We'll get to that in a minute. Even when they lose, Zach Edey's still putting up his numbers. So it's not like he's having a bad game. He's
Yep.
still doing his thing. But we do have some freshmen on the team that can maybe give you some concern going into the dance. But these freshmen, it does not look like they have any sort of fear when they're on the court. So keep that in
They might
mind.
need a little bit more. They might need to have a little bit more. I will say that. But yeah, I agree.
Ben, I forgot to bring up the big upset last week. Purdue goes down. I believe it was Thursday night at Maryland. How'd that make you feel?
It was a good night. Yeah. I wasn't surprised, but I was happy about it.
Yeah.
I called it going in. I mean, the Terps don't lose at home, so
You put any money on it?
I made some money off of it. Not
Nice.
a lot, but
Some. So you sprinkled a little bit. Sprinkled a little bit.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, Edey is a beast, man. You can never discount Purdue in any game. They're good on the road, so I mean,
Yeah.
it could have gone either way, but I wasn't shocked, but I was happy.
Is Edey your player of the year?
No question.
No question. Can Purdue get a 1 seed this season, boys? Is Purdue looking like a 1?
Oh yeah.
Can we?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Of course, I'm saying yes. No doubt in my mind. They're
Okay.
getting a 1 seed this year, boys.
I'm gonna have to concur.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
Ben, really
So-
just shitting all over Purdue.
No. I'm saying I concur. Like they're a 1
He
seed.
agrees.
It's a lock.
He agrees.
Oh, I'm
He
sorry.
agrees.
I need the
What concur
dictionary. I need
Yeah.
it does not say, it definitely sounds like the opposite. All right. That's a word that sounds like the
It's kind
opposite.
of a harsh word. It's kind of a harsh word. Yeah.
Thumb it down.
Well, that 1 seed talks leads us
Yeah.
into a little trivia time here, boys. Can you boys tell me how many times that Purdue has gotten a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament? How many times in the history of the Boilers? 1 seeds. 2 from Max.
I'm gonna say 1, but I don't know.
1 from Ben. Actually, 3, boys. 3 times. 1988, 94, 96. Okay, so
Okay.
you boys were both a little low. Geez, not giving the Boilers enough respect.
It's been a
I'm
while.
surprised. I'm
Okay.
surprised.
It has been a while. Yeah.
It's been a
no doubt
while.
about
Gene Katie, that old
Yeah.
bulldog. That old bulldog.
it. Is that every game? He's always there.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else on the Purdue Boilermakers before we move on?
Go Boilers. Let's go. Boiler up. Boiler the fuck up.
I think they're set up to win their final 3 games of the season here, and I think they're set up to win the Big Ten tournament and then lock in that 1 seed and make a run.
I think the Boilers got a 1 seed, yeah. But next thing we want to talk about, actually a game and a half behind them now at 11-5, is the Northwestern Wildcats.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, now they just had a court storming against Purdue, not week and a half, 2 weeks ago, where Coach Collins comes on and then he brings his son on for the post game interview and his son's crying. His son's the manager. What do we think about these boys crying over a win in a game? It was that important. It was that emotional.
I think it probably was for Northwestern. I mean, it's Northwestern.
It's Northwestern.
I gotta give it to Chris Collins this year, man. He's making shit happen that nobody expected. He's probably, as far as I'm concerned, in the Big Ten, most surprising result here. So,
sounds like he might be your coach of the year in the Big Ten.
What's that? My dogs are being loud here.
You said it sounds like it might be your coach of the year in the Big Ten, Chris Collins.
If it's not Painter, it's him, in my opinion.
Okay. Max, what do you think about the Northwestern private school Pussycats crying after the game?
Well, doesn't happen very often.
The private school Pussycats crying after the game. What do you think about this?
I mean, I wouldn't be crying. Maybe if I bet they were prepared and had tissues in their pockets, because if they're known as the Pussycats, they probably already were prepared for it. It's okay. They're not putting it on the jersey. They're not going to do that. Makeup would smear all over it. You don't want that. So,
well, what are y'all's predictions here on the end of their season?
Man, they're obviously in the tournament. I'm not gonna pick them. I'm not gonna have confidence in them in the tournurnament.
I think they might be a team that gets upset. Boo Booey's really good though.
I think Boo Booey
is a hell of a player.
We talked about Terquavion Smith earlier being one of the best names in college ball. Well, Boo Booey might be the best.
Hold on, is that his real name or is it a nickname? People.
No, it's his real. I think it's his real name.
On his birth certificate, it's Boo Booey.
Well,
Boo.
On the roster, it's Boo. On the roster,
whatever.
I don't think is it his real name? I thought it was like a nickname that's just stuck with him.
We're gonna have to look it up. That up. But they're 101st in offense at Ken Palm. That offense scares me. I don't have confidence in Northwestern.
They're hot right now, but I think they'll slow down.
I'm gonna have to agree. I have them losing at Illinois. I have them losing at the Terps. They got a tough road here at the end. They got to go to Illinois, to College Park. Then they host no slouch Penn State this year. And
No
then they
slouch,
go to
Penn State.
Then they go to Rutgers and get their ass beat at Rutgers. So they're losing 3 out of those 4 games. I can assure you that.
So it sounds like we might be looking at a 8, 9, 10, 11 seed.
I have them at an 8.
Okay.
I have them at an 8, and I have them at a 1 and done in the tourney.
Gotcha. Anything else on the private school Pussycats?
Having a good year. Good for them. They're having a good year.
Good for them.
I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them as much as I'm rooting for anybody other than Maryland.
Good for them. Yeah.
Everybody likes an underdog.
Number 3 in the Big Ten right now at 10-7 in the conference are the Hoosiers in Bloomington.
Yeah.
They're 19-9 overall. 13th strength of schedule. That's solid. Hoosiers got that win over Purdue. Well, I think they can make a Sweet 16 run.
Yeah. I think Trace Jackson Davis has the ability to take over a game. Just keep getting him the ball. He is very crafty down low. It's hard to stop. So I think that I like that Sweet 16 pick. I could totally see that happening.
I'm not gonna ride that train with you guys this year. I think Trace is good, but I don't like their chances in the tournament. I think they're gonna end up as a 5 seed, which is too high. And I think they're going to get that 12-5 upset in the first round.
Ben's calling it. Ben's calling it. Wow, 12-5 right now.
Ballsy.
I got no faith.
I might say the Hoosiers might be my second most confident team I'm in on in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
All right.
They might be.
I like IU. I like them. I like them, but they have had some tough losses. They lost last night against Michigan State. Big game for Michigan State. On the road. It's hard to win at Michigan State. Yeah.
Right after that mass shooting, too. I don't know. I wasn't surprised at all when they lost. I made some money off of that game, but I don't know.
Ben cashed in.
I'm gonna put a disclaimer about every single prediction. College basketball, anything can happen at any night.
Yeah.
I mean, they could win the whole thing. Anybody could win the whole thing. This is all speculation to the point of I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but this is my best guess. So
you're right.
I got very little faith in the Hoosiers.
Okay, fair enough.
Sounds good. Next up, we got a 6-way tie at 9-7 in the Big Ten.
Tie.
We might as well talk about the Terps here. Let's not forget that that win against Purdue was Maryland's first top 5 win since January of 2016. Okay, so that court storming was relevant. What do we want to say?
Well, let's not forget about that loss. Let's not forget about that loss right afterward at Nebraska. So I wouldn't get too
excited.
Overtime at Nebraska. Can you explain that for us, Ben?
I can explain that Nebraska is not as bad as normal this year. They're in a tough conference, and it's not a good loss, but it's not a loss that surprised me either. They've got that Toshinawa or whatever his name is that's reigning this year.
Yeah.
They've got a big man down low that's pretty solid, but it's not a good look to lose to Nebraska.
No. It's not a good look. Somehow they're still 17th at KenPom, which is second best in the Big Ten, and they're 25th in the net, which is third in the Big Ten. So Maryland's going to be in the dance. What do we think, boys? 7 seed, 6 seed?
I'm thinking of 7. I'm thinking of 7 actually on that one.
7, 8, 6.
I gave them a 7 as well.
How far you got them going?
I think they're going to win their first game. I think they're going to take out a 10 seed. I don't have any faith in the second game. Not a lot of confidence with them not at home. They're a great home team, and anything can happen. They got a lot of talent, and Jameer Young has been a beast all year. If he's on any night and he's getting 25, 30 points, they could beat anybody. But I have them losing in the second round this year.
Got any faith in the Terrapins, Max, in March?
I mean, I think the first round matchup is a good one to pick. You already brought it up. Their away record is 2-7. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, 2-7. Ugh.
I can't trust that.
No. Yeah, I mean they're not going to be at home for the tournament, so
I can't
Of course,
trust it.
that's the true away games. They do have a couple good neutral court wins. I think they beat Miami, Florida early in the year.
oh, that's a good
But
one.
Oh, that's a good one.
But yeah,
That's a good one.
the thing is, there's not going to be a whole lot more true away games in the tournament, so anything can happen.
Yeah, anything
You're
can
right.
happen. Yeah.
I don't like their chances in the Big Ten tourney this year because it's in Indy, so there's going to be a lot of Purdue fans, a lot of IU fans, probably not a lot of Terp fans. I could see
Too
them
far.
losing early Big
Are on
Ten
the
tourney.
coast. You're on the East Coast. What are you doing in the Big Ten?
Yeah,
You ain't
Good
coming in
point.
Eastern tourney.
I'm
You
not
ain't
mad
coming
about
in.
it because now I get to see all the games and that pretty
Hey,
easily.
that's
But
true. You can go see the Terps. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Another team at 9-7 in the Big Ten. We got the Iowa Hawkeyes. We talked about Chris Murray last week on this pod.
Yeah.
We
Chris
got
Murray.
any faith in the Hawkeyes? They got the 5th ranked offense at Ken Palm. We got faith in that offense.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I only watched them one time this year, taking on Purdue, and Purdue smoked them. So, you know, I didn't really see anything that great. Chris Murray looked fine, but he wasn't doing that like dominating. So, I think this could be a first round queef.
Could definitely be a first round queef. Ben, what do you think about the Hawkeyes?
I think they're a one and done this year. I hate Fran McCafferty. What else is there to say?
Yeah, he's always yelling. He's
Ray
always yelling.
McCracken,
He
he's
gets
too juiced
so
up.
much he gets red. He is red.
He
He's
gets
a
too
tomato.
He's a
juiced.
red face.
He gets too fucking
I'm giving him a
juiced.
10 seed. I think they're going to be a 10 seed. I think they're going to lose at Wisconsin tonight. I think it's tonight they play Wisconsin.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I think they're going to lose that game. I think they're going to lose at IU. I'm going to give them a 10 seed and a loss in the first round. I don't have a lot of faith. They're good, kind of like Maryland. They're a good team at home, but I don't see them doing a whole lot.
154th ranked defense. I'm not taking them.
Eesh.
No.
154th.
Defense championships, boys.
Oh yeah.
Another team at 9-7 in the Big Ten. We got the Illini of Illinois. 30th at Ken Palm, 31st in the net. What do we think about Illinois this year, boys?
I think they're pretty good, a pretty decent team. Pretty decent team. They don't look bad. Gosh, who's their best player that has he has long arms and God,
Terrence Shannon.
I think so. I think you're right. He's good. He's a heck
good.
of a player. He's a
He's
heck
good.
of a player. They got some other guys on the team that can shoot the ball. You know, when it comes to tournament time, yeah, maybe the first, depending on who they're playing, obviously, maybe they get past the first round. But that's
Sweet 16, anybody?
Anybody
Sweet 16?
I got them making the Sweet 16 this year. They scared me a little bit.
Okay, Ben. Ben's
They got some talent on that team. They struggled a little bit early and maybe a couple pitfalls mid-season, but they're kind of starting to scare me a little bit. Matthew Meyer at any point can go off for, geez, you saw him last year on Baylor, so
Baylor transfer.
I did. Sorry, I did not know he transferred to Illinois. I did not see that.
He's in Illinois. They got a lot of talent. They got Dane Danger down low.
Dane Danger.
Another candidate for best name in the college basketball.
Right
Dane Danger.
that.
But he's a monster.
He's got a dumpster on him. You can't box him out.
Yep.
You can't
They
box
got
him
Coleman
out.
Hawkins. I think Coleman Hawkins is off the bench. He's underrated. And then like you said, Terrence Shannon.
I can see
they could make a run here. I think they're going to I think they're going to beat Northwestern. They're going to destroy Ohio State. Then they're going to beat Michigan, and I think Purdue's going to take care of them. So they're going to finish off the season strong. Maybe even make a run in the Big Ten tourney. I like them in the Sweet 16.
Nice.
I can see him in the Sweet 16. What seed are you going to give him, Ben?
I'm giving them a 6.
I think that's a good position. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Another team at 9-7 in the Big Ten. We got the Spartans. Tom Izzo
Big win last night.
Big win last night. Up to 32nd at Ken Palm, 36th in the net. They got the 4th ranked strength of schedule, which is best in the Big Ten. What do we think about the Spartans?
I think that. Ben,
No,
you can go first. Go for it. You're our guest.
okay.
That's polite.
My opinion on Michigan State is underrated this year.
Yeah.
You know, you can never discount Izzo, especially this time of year. I think they're going to get an 8 seed. I could see him.
Oof.
I mean, I could see him. I think they're going to lose a couple games here at the end of the year, though. I think they got to go to Iowa. I think that's a loss. They got to go to Nebraska. That's one I'm highlighting right now. And I'm not kidding. I think Nebraska is going to beat them at home.
Okay.
If Nebraska beats
then,
them, I don't know if they're making the dance.
I think they could still make the dance. Izzo will wind his way in, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna maybe win one game, but I don't see them going past that if they make it in. I gave them an 8 seed, but who knows? It's chaos.
Sure.
Yeah, they're gonna have to beat a pretty good team in that second round. But it could be a sexy 8-1 or a 7 over a 2. Could be a sexy upset pick.
Maybe.
Hey, Walker had a hell of a game last night, raining threes from all over the court.
Oh yeah.
If he keeps that up, anything could happen with them. But I don't know. I don't have a ton of faith, but a little.
Yeah,
a little faith.
More than IU.
More than IU. Okay. Last team at 9-7. We got second to last team at 9-7. We got Rutgers.
Yeah.
They're 27th at Ken Palm, 28th in the net.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Scarlet Knights.
Beat Purdue.
They did. They play defense and they play hard defense. They are scrappy. A lot of fouls. Number 4 defense. They foul a lot, but they pressure the shit out of you. Mm-hmm. They frustrate the shit out of you. I think this is definitely a first round. Like they're going to win their first game. Sweet 16. We brought this up in the previous episode, Cole Breezy. They're going to be tired. They're going to get tired. They're going to go all out. And then 1 day of rest, I don't think it's going to give them enough energy going into the final 4 minutes of that round of 32. So I think it could be a Sweet 16. I'm not saying that they wouldn't be. They're definitely capable, but I think they're going to lose in the round of 32.
Okay.
Well, I think they're gonna shock some people. I think they're about to win their next 4 games at the end of the season here. They're going to win all 4 of them.
Whoa.
I think they're going to be a 6 seed, and I think they're going to make the Sweet 16. I mean, they got the experience.
You got another team in the Sweet 16 from the Big Ten. Holy smokes.
Caleb McConnell is scary, good on D.
Yeah,
and they got I mean, their defense is just solid. And then Omarui, or Morier, whatever you say.
So athletic.
He's tough inside. I like them. I like them to make it to the Sweet 16.
Wow.
He reminds me Amourier. He reminds me of DeAndre Jordan.
Of who?
DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah. Old name, I know. But long arms and can jump out of the gym. The guy he's like, damn, this guy is jumping off a trampoline every time he gets up.
Well, shout out DeAndre Jordan. He's actually here in Denver right now playing for the Nuggets. So he's still in the league.
He's still playing?
Still in the league. Still in the league.
I thought he retired a long time ago. Sorry.
Last team at 9-7 in the Big Ten. We got the Wolverines from Michigan. They're 15-12 overall. I don't know if this team's making it.
I don't think so. I'm saying no.
Nope.
They shouldn't be 15-12. But this is what happened last year. They got in with a 17-14 record.
Yeah, Ben, you remember Ben and I was actually in person for that game. Michigan beat Colorado State, the 11-6. So
that's right.
Michigan got
a little
hot.
run.
They got hot at the end of the season, yeah. Juwan Howard came back after he bitch slapped the Wisconsin coach guard.
Oh, how about I remember that.
Came back and got a big win, 11-6 upset. Ben and I was there. Lower level, Ben, don't forget.
I remember, we did.
That's nice.
St. Patty's Day.
Oh.
Yeah, those seats were awesome. We didn't pay for them. We just kind of walked up to some bar or something that was, I don't know how that was.
Kind of slid in there. Kind of slid in there like a snake.
I don't like Michigan though, guys. I don't have them
making.
I hate Juwan Howard, but they're going to lose to Rutgers. They're going to lose to Illinois, and they're going to lose to IU here at the end, and they're going to collapse.
That's a tough road ahead of them with those 3 games you
Yeah.
just named. If
Those
they
are
win all
all
those,
away.
if they win those, they're in
Those
the
are
game.
all away games at IU, at Illinois, at Rutgers. That's 3 losses, boys. That's a no
Yeah.
for the
See ya.
tournament. Bye.
Serves them right. They're a bunch of they're a bunch of cocky fuckers. They are so fucking
Dickinson, I
cocky,
can't
and it
stand
pisses
him.
me off.
Yeah. Least favorite
It
team.
grinds my gears.
Least favorite team in the Big Ten award goes to Michigan for me.
Yeah.
I think right behind is Iowa, but yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just to wrap up on Michigan, I want to get your guys' opinion on that bitch slap last year that Greg Gard took from Juwan Howard. What do we think about that? It was a 5 or 6 game suspension he had to do. But what do we think about bitch slapping somebody in the handshake line?
What a douchebag! You lost. You're just a sore loser for losing. You lost it. You wanted to bitch slap someone? Did you scratch your butt in between your butt before you slapped him too? You piece of shit! Damn it!
Pink eye. That's how you get pink eye. You know, pink
he had
eye.
a little tip with Mark Turgeon a couple games before and last year as well. He's a hothead. He's a hothead.
Him and Fran McCaffrey. I'd like to see them go at it.
Yeah, why not?
Both juiced.
He's funny.
Both juiced.
I wouldn't mind watching that. I'd pay to see that.
I think it might be a Juwan Howard thing when it comes to Michigan. Why they're so cocky, why they play the way that they do, has to be the Juwan Howard way.
Fab 5, baby. Fab 5.
Fab 5. He trying to bring swagger to the team. Well, guess what? You have 12 losses and 3 more are coming.
Yep.
Yeah,
bye.
Good call.
See you next
Good
year.
call. Next team we want to talk about 7-9 in the Big Ten, the Badgers of Wisconsin, coached by Greg Gard, who got bitch slapped like we just said. They have the 10th ranked strength of schedule. Say that again.
I said Mr. Bitch Slap himself. Greg Gard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got red on his cheek. There's still red fingerprints on his cheek.
Probably still red. But
poor fella. I mean, the poor man. Look at the height difference alone between Juwan Howard and Greg Gard.
That's a bear paw. That's a bear paw across.
What are you doing? Pick on somebody your own size. Go after Fran. Okay.
Go after Fran. But Greg Gard has coached Wisconsin to the 10th ranked strength of schedule this season.
Huh.
Are these guys getting in the tournament? 15-11 overall?
They got to make a run. They got to make a run. That's all I got to say.
What do they have next, Ben? What do they have next?
I went back and forth on this one. I ended up settling on. I think they're going to make. I think they're going to be one of the last teams in. I think they're going to be that 11 seed in the last 4 out or last 4 in.
Yeah,
they're going to play that play-in game.
I like it.
I think they're going to. I think what's going to happen is they're going to have a couple wins here at the end of the season. I think they're going to beat Iowa tonight at home, and then they're going to go to Michigan and they're going to show Juwan Howard who's going to get really bitch slapped this year. Okay, Greg Gard get his revenge on Juwan Howard in the next game there. So that'll be a nice solid win for them if they can take Michigan out at Michigan. And I think they're not going to beat Purdue after that, but if they did, I mean, hell yeah, then they're going to go higher than 11. But I don't see them beating Purdue. I do see them beating Michigan and Iowa and Minnesota at the end of the year. So I think they're going to make it.
Okay.
Going 3-1 here would give them that 10-10 in the conference, squarely on that bubble. I'll say they get in. I'll say they get in with that 10th ranked strength of schedule. I'll say they get in.
I'll be the guys that say no. I'll say I'll be the other guy. Come on, we need a little controversy here. We can't all agree on the same things all the time. All right.
Yeah, they only lost by 1 to your boys, Kansas, early in the year. That was good. I mean, Kansas no flap. Wisconsin can beat anybody if they're playing right. So
okay.
5 and 6 against quad 1 teams. That's not bad.
Yeah.
They're in. I think they're in. If they can string a few wins here.
Okay. Another team at 7-9 in the Big Ten, Penn State, the Nittany Lions. Anybody got anything for them? 16
Jalen Pickett's awesome. Jalen Pickett's awesome. I would love to see if they can slip in just so we can see Jalen Pickett in the tournament. Like that's really it. Jalen Pickett, he's going to be in the NBA. He's an NBA player, his final season, but I don't know what the final schedule is. Maybe you can discuss that, Ben, because I would like to see how many wins they can squeak out. If they get 19 wins, I think they can get in.
Yeah, I have them ending with 18 wins on my predictions here. They're going to go to Ohio State and beat them. That's team is going down again.
Fuck the Bucks.
Then they gotta play Rutgers. If they can beat Rutgers at home, I think that's enough.
Sure.
But I have
Sure.
them losing that game because I think Rutgers is about to go on a
Tough
tear
one.
here.
It's a tough one.
Then they got to go to Northwestern after that. If they lose both of those games, it could be tough.
Yeah.
But if they can get one of those two, and then they host the Terps, and I think they'll beat the Terps. Honestly,
Oh.
the Terps are not good at home, on the way, and I think Pickett's going to go off and probably beat my Terps. It's a toss-up, but I think they're probably not going to make it, but it's going to be a close call. They're going to have to win two out of those 4 games, I think, at least.
Yeah, and they're gonna need a win or two in that the Big Ten tournament. I would think they're definitely going to be on the bubble. I mean, from now until the end of the season.
I'm gonna say no on Penn State. No.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to make it.
Next team, 3 more teams here to wrap up, boys. Got some Queef teams. 7-10 in the conference. Nebraska, 14-14 overall. Anybody
Better
got
year
anything
for
on
them.
Nebraska?
Better year. This is their best season they had in a long time.
Yeah,
and they're
underrated.
500.
Underrated team in a tough conference. They're not going anywhere, obviously, this year, but I could see them starting to, kind of creep up in the college basketball world the way that Northwestern kind of has in the near future. But yeah, I mean, solid season, but nothing to write home about.
Seventh strongest strength of schedule this season. So that's one thing that they can
Seventh?
say.
Did you say the seventh?
Yeah, they play good teams. So the fact that they're 14-14 is impressive to me because they really don't have that much talent outside of a couple players. So
yeah.
163rd offense. So
how about Kisi Taminaga? You know what I'm talking about?
I do know who you're talking about.
He can stroke it.
He can stroke it, man. He's from Japan and he can shoot it. Man. Every time I seen him play, because for some reason, Purdue played him twice, but he went off on Purdue. He might have had like 16, 17 points.
Yeah, he can shoot it. He can shoot it.
He's a junior. He's got one more year. I think he'll have a good season next year.
Yeah, I like his confidence too. He doesn't shy away from the shot. He doesn't shy away from taunting people, and I like it. Little dude just running around 6'1", drain threes over people. I mean, I could see him having a good career.
Yeah. Possibility. Another team, second to last in the conference, 3-13 in the conference to be exact. Ohio State. Fuck the Bucks. They suck.
Massive collapse this year, boys.
Horrible season. Could we possibly see Chris Holtmann either leaving or getting fired here?
Yep, that was my honorable mention. Queef of the Big Ten this year.
Oh, honorable mention, Queef.
Chris Holtmann himself. Yeah, not a good season, buddy. He's got some splaining to do, I think.
He's got some splaining.
11-16 overall. If he's not careful, and he's going to end 11-20 real quick here. He's got some games that he's not going to win again. Whoa. He's got no control over his team. I watched a game where they were doing like an inside the huddle where you could hear everything in the huddle. They had him mic'd up. I don't know if you've seen this. They did it a couple times this year. It's pretty interesting. Not one of their players was even listening to a goddamn word he was saying. And everything he was saying was stuff my mom could have said in the huddle. Like, guys, we need to get rebounds. We need, he's
lost the locker room.
Keep that job. He has some talent on that team, and he can't get shit out of him, man. It's bad.
Sounds like he's lost the locker room.
Yeah, he's definitely lost the locker room.
I like that. Could he be a possible candidate for the Notre Dame vacancy?
I don't know why they want him.
Coming back to Indiana?
Potentially 11-20 this year. That Notre Dame's going to go get him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a candidate. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this. It's a random side note, but did anybody kind of realize that Butler now has Thad Matta as their head coach? So it's like they swapped coaches because he used to be for Butler.
About that.
Did a little.
They both bad.
How about that?
Did a little switcheroo there, didn't they?
Didn't help. Did not help for either squad.
No, both teams suck.
No. Last team in the Big Ten. I don't want to spend any time on them. They're 1-14. Minnesota Gophers. They suck. They were last year, second to last the year before, third to last the year before. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota.
Minnesota sucks.
283rd offense. I don't want to talk about the Gophers. So that concludes our Big Ten breakdown. Just a recap for everybody. I think I've got 9 teams getting in. Okay, I got 9 teams getting in that top 8, and then Wisconsin, who's on the bubble. But I believe I've only got 2 teams reaching the Sweet 16, and that's the Hoosiers and the Boilers. With the Boilers, I mean, the Boilers can win it all. The Boilers have a championship ceiling. Okay, I'm probably not going to pick them in my bracket, but I will not be surprised if they win. So Purdue definitely has a Final Four run coming.
Yeah,
Definitely a possibility. But I've only got 2 teams in my Sweet 16 because only 16 teams can get there, boys.
yeah.
Only 16 teams can get there.
A lot of good teams that aren't the Big Ten. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I have 8 teams that I think are going to make the dance, and I think 3 that can make the Sweet 16, and I have 2 for the Elite 8. And as far as Final Four goes, I'm not gonna. I mean, I think Purdue can go all the way there. I think they can go all the way to the championship, obviously. But you know what? I'm gonna wait and tinker with my stats once it comes down to that. All right.
Sure,
I'm not gonna make a pick right now. I don't even know who they're facing yet.
Ooh,
I'm not gonna make a Final Four pick.
Can't do that.
Come on now. But as far as the Elite 8 goes, I think Purdue and IU, me being a big Indiana fan, growing up in Indiana, I got that little bias towards me. I think they both have great chance to make the Elite 8. Great team. Both have great teams. As far as the Sweet 16, I think the only other team would be Michigan State. I think that they have great senior leadership out of Hogard. And we haven't talked about Hogard yet. This guy is a leader on the court. Like, did you see the way that he communicates with Coach Izzo when they're talking together? It's like they're friends. It's like they're buddy. And then when Hogard goes out on the court, he understands Izzo so well that it's basically like Izzo playing. Well, Hogard's more athletic and everything, but then Izzo's mind on the court. I see it. So I think they can make a Sweet 16 run. That's about it.
Real quickly on Tom Izzo, is he the top 3 coach in the nation? Ooh. Top 3? I think he might be top 3.
Maybe he's won 1 championship, and that was 23 years ago.
Long time ago.
We got to think about that. I definitely
like Tom Izzo.
Definitely got to do a top 5 coach poll. We'll do that soon.
Yes, we will.
I could definitely see him in a top 5. Yeah.
Ben, top 5 for you? Top 3?
I'm trying to think of who I would pick over him. You're talking about like current coaches that are still coaching.
Current coaches, you got to put Bill Self number 1, boys.
Yeah.
If you're not putting Bill Self,
Self is definitely 1. Who would be 2 then? I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, just throwing out names. Kelvin Sampson, you got to look at him. You got to look at Mark Few. I like what he's been doing at Gonzaga.
A lot of wins, very high win percentage.
Tony Bennett.
I think Izzo probably has most of them beat as far as all time.
Scott Drew. I like Scott Drew.
I would like to look at these stats. I would like to look at the wins. I would like to look at the
break down
how many Final Fours, how many Sweet 16s.
We'll break this down in a future pod, boys. So if you're listening at home right now, first off, subscribe on YouTube and get together your top 5 coaches poll.
Yeah,
Ben,
discuss it. Let's talk about it. What do you think?
Let's talk about it.
Is Ben McCaffrey in there?
Not for me.
McCaffrey is not in there. No.
No. Ben, give us your breakdown of the Big Ten. Summarize that for us.
Sure. My breakdown is I think I've got 9 teams making the tournament, which is it's ambitious, but I think it's possible. As far as Sweet 16 goes, I got Purdue going to the Elite 8. I think they're going to lose to the 2 seed in their bracket, being the 1 seed. I think there's some tough teams in the Big 12 and those other conferences that the freshman guards on Purdue can't handle. So I think they're going to make a run, but I don't think they're going to make the Final Four. Edey's good, but he's not enough to take out some of those really athletic teams. So
someone's got to give him the ball at the end of the day. Someone's got to give him the ball. He's not bringing it up and just doing it.
Yeah.
Someone's got to get it to him.
You're right.
Yeah. Braden Smith is good, but he scares me a little bit, handling a little too much sometimes. So
Mr. Indiana.
He gets a good enough defense. Could be scary, but a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got they're the ones I got going the furthest. And then, like I said earlier, IU Nope. See them losing the first round.
Yeah.
The only other teams I got going to Sweet 16 are Illinois. I think they're going to be a sleeper, and then Rutgers. Rutgers is my other.
Rutgers. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Rutgers.
I like it. I like it.
Nice picks there, Ben. I like it.
Yeah, I am going to throw out. I got another Queef of the Year candidate for you. Okay.
Oh,
It's at least Big Ten Queef of the Year, but you're going to be surprised because they're not in the Big Ten anymore, right? So I'm gonna nominate Pete Nance. I don't know if you know who this is. Queef of the Year from moving to the preseason #1 North Carolina Tar Heels. Okay, these hoes ain't loyal. They straight up bailed. Bailed on his boys at Northwestern, and now who's left? Now who's left?
Now look, Pete.
Sorry about you, Pete. Queef of the Year candidate.
Nice, nice name call. I wasn't even thinking about that.
So Pete Nance and Chris Holtman, top 2 for your Queef of the Year in the Big Ten. I like it.
Not Fran McCaffrey?
Fran's always up there in the top 5.
Yeah. Automatic
Queef of the Year candidate for me every year.
Moving on to a quick hit here. We got the Antoine Davis watch. We brought him up a couple weeks ago. We should have been talking about him every week. But the Detroit Mercy guard, let's not forget, on the all-time leading scorers list is number 2, behind Pistol Pete Maravich, okay? Plays in the Horizon League for the Titans. He just put up 31 on Sunday against my alma mater, IUPUI Jaguars, okay? He had 31 against them. He scored in double figures every game this season, averaging just under 28. He's got 2 games remaining, okay? He's trailing Pistol Pete by 124 points. Now, let me make this clear. This is his 5th season at Detroit Mercy. He got the extra COVID year. This is his 5th season. And Pistol Pete, let's not forget, when he was playing at LSU, he played for 3 seasons and had no 3-point line.
Damn.
Let's not forget that. But back to Antoine Davis.
That's an asterisk. That's an asterisk.
Yep.
Yeah. Back to Antoine Davis. He's 124 points behind. These next 2 games, he's playing at home versus Northern Kentucky tomorrow, and then Saturday versus Wright State, and then he's got the conference tournament. 124 points is a lot. Detroit Mercy is not having a good season.
No.
What do you boys think?
Do you think they're making a run in that Horizon League for that championship to get to the dance?
They're sitting at 9-9 in the conference.
No.
13-16 overall.
Weirder teams.
They're on a 3-game winning streak right now after beating my Jaguars. Actually, Ben, your alma mater too. I don't mean to forget that. Ben's alma mater, the Jaguars. Let's go.
Yep.
Nothing about the Jaguars from you?
They're pretty sad though this year.
Sad.
I don't know. I don't know that I would be too proud of beating the Jaguars this season, but hey, I've only seen a few Horizon League games this year. I think Northern Kentucky was one of them. They were, it's so different from watching some of those other conferences. The talent level is just completely different. But
yeah,
nobody in the crowd.
Not even heard of that. So
yeah, quick IUPUI update. They're 360th at Ken Palm out of 363. So they're god awful.
Oh, that's whoa.
Yeah, they're god awful. Because the Detroit Mercy is so bad. I don't think Antoine Davis is going to break this record. I do not think he's going to. Nor do I want him to. Because
I don't want, I would say I don't want him to. But also, when you compare Pistol Pete, basically what you already said, compared to this guy who's been here for 5 seasons with a 3-point line, then yeah, I hear you on that. But college basketball is tough. It's a tough sport. It's the actual basketball, like we try to always explain, compared to the NBA. Okay, It's not like he's playing in the NBA right now where they just allow him to shoot 30 shots a game. It's like no, they're playing. Then the teams are planning for it too. They know that, hey, you got to put a hand up on this guy. So, hey, if he does it, cool. But I think he has to, in order to get this, he's going to have to win that first game in that Horizon tournament going into the second game. And then we'll see if he's finished that off.
Yeah, if he averages 32 over the next 4 games, then yeah,
You could do it. It's
he could do
definitely
it.
doable. Yeah.
Ben does it get done?
Uh, Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm gonna say no. That's a tall task, and
That's a
I'm with
tall
you.
task.
I want it to happen. You know, that asterisk is that's a big asterisk. No 3 point
Yeah.
line. You don't want to see Pistol Pete's name go down below this random Detroit Mercy 5th U senior. So
Yeah,
Never heard
yeah.
of the
don't
guy. Never
True,
heard of this guy
true.
until this
Mike
year.
Davis's son. Mike Davis's son. He's the coach now from
oh
the
yeah.
Hoosiers. The Hoosiers' old
Uh-huh.
coach. He's actually the coach there now. So let's not
Oh,
sleep.
oh. Oh, I'll have
Yeah.
to highlight one of their games. I'm gonna start watching him. What's his name
Oh,
again?
Antoine Davis, Detroit
That's one
Mercy.
day. All right.
But Pistol Pete Maravich, the all-time college basketball leading scorer at 3,667 points. 3 years without a three-point line.
Damn.
Moving on to
That's
our last topic of the day, we got our juiciest game picks of the week,
Yeah.
and we want to lead off with probably the juiciest one of them all. We got a big one in the Big 12, 2 o'clock Eastern. We got the 8th-ranked Texas Longhorns going to Waco, Texas, take on the Baylor Bears, ranked
Oh yeah.
ninth. This baby's going to be on ESPN, obviously.
Hmm.
Ben, what's your thoughts on this game, Ben?
well. I'm excited. I've got it highlighted. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not putting any money on this one. That's a coin
You don't
toss for
want to
me. I
touch it.
don't have a
Oh,
clue.
sure.
You don't want
Sure.
to touch it.
If I have to predict something, I think Texas is playing better right now than Baylor.
Mhm.
But
They are.
yeah, that's the one I'm not putting any money on.
Yeah. Nice call on that one. I'm gonna also just go ahead and say I will also pick Texas. I think they're playing very well. Senior leadership. They're looking. Texas is trying to fight for a 1 seed. I'm telling you. By the end of the season, if they end up a one
Yeah.
seed, do not be surprised. Do not be
And if
surprised.
they're a 2 seed, they're beating the 1 seed in their bracket. That's my
Purdue.
prediction.
I like it. I like
Purdue.
that.
Purdue.
Baylor.
Might be Purdue.
Baylor over the Boilers in the Elite Eight.
Well, we'll be talking about this if this is what ends up happening, or
sure.
we look at our brackets and one Purdue and 2 Texas sitting right there next to each other.
For sure.
Yeah, those teams are 2 scary looking 2 seeds.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Central 2.
Purdue beat Texas last year in the tournament, just so we're clear.
Good game.
Hey.
Yeah. So you boys are both on the Longhorns then, on the road. I got to go Baylor on a 2-game losing streak, bounce back spot. I'm going Baylor at home.
Yeah.
I'm going Baylor at home.
Sure. They need it. They definitely need it. It's going to be tough to go 3 games in a row against Baylor's good. Baylor's a good team. So
Top 10 matchup. I think that's the juiciest game of the week. Next game we want to talk about, 6 o'clock Eastern. Number 6 Virginia goes on the road to take on the Tar Heels, the preseason #1 team on ESPN. Max, can the Tar Heels get it done at home?
you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I am picking UNC at home because it's a must. It's a must win. They have to win. Okay. If they lose, they're done. That's it. Forget about it. If you're a UNC fan, you're very disappointed from a team that went to the championship last year, brought back all their starters other than one starter, basically, expecting them to be the team their preseason. And we talked about this outside of the podcast. I'm going to bring it up now. Is that okay? So apparently these guys are getting paid now, right? College players are getting paid. Okay. But UNC, we heard a rumor that in the locker room they believe that they should be receiving a certain amount of shots based on the amount of money that they are receiving as a paycheck. This isn't the NBA, guys. College basketball, you got to play as a team if you want to win. Like,
it's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see all that talent, all the experience going all the way to championship, having a 15-point lead at halftime over the Kansas Jayhawks, had a 15-point lead over them.
Yeah.
Okay. All that experience coming back, and you add possible queef of the year in the Big Ten, Pete Nance from Northwestern, and 0 quad 1 wins.
What?
Zero.
What happened?
Goose.
Zero.
Do we need to bring up the goose call?
Yeah.
It's out. It's out.
Are the Tar Heels make the tournament, Ben? And can they get a win? Can they get first off, Ben? Can they get a win at home against Virginia? And do they make the tournament this year?
Man, this is tough for me. you can never discount North Carolina. I mean, especially when you just think about the fact that they're at home. You know, the refs are going to be on their side because they always are. So the nation, whoever the people above are going to want that money to make the tournament. So I'm not going to say they're not going to make the tournament, but do I think they should? Hell no.
Mm-hmm. 11-2 at home.
I'm not touching that game either, but I will not say that I think North Carolina is going to win that game. Virginia is defensively a must. You know, they're so tough. I can't see North Carolina doing it, but hey, it could happen.
Yeah.
25th defense, Virginia, according to KenPom.
Pretty good.
25th defense.
Pretty good.
North Carolina 11-2 at home. I gotta go Tony Bennett and Virginia on the road. Virginia gets it done.
All right. Got one upset here.
Next game, another very, very juicy that you might have to put a bib on. Okay, you don't want to get your shirt all wet.
Don't drool over yourself. Okay, keep your mouth closed.
7:30 Eastern. 7:30 Eastern. Number 17 Hoosiers go on the road to take on the Boilers in Mackey. Boilers are ranked 5th. This one's gonna be on Fox. Max, yeah. I already know who you're gonna pick, but this is a rematch. Yeah. This is a revenge game.
Rematch game. We're gonna take it to them. We're taking it to them. I'm telling you right now. We're not letting up. There's gonna be a run right off the bat. The fans are gonna be standing up saying, "This is a blowout. This is a blowout. Fuck you, IU. Fuck you, IU." That's what's coming.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna have to agree. I don't think I think this one's gonna be close, boys. I did not even highlight this game. I am gonna watch it and I am excited, but it's gonna be a 15 point loss.
Juicy. You said 15?
IU's gonna get their asses smacked.
Yeah.
How much money are you putting on this game then? You're taking the line.
I'll be betting on this one. I can assure you of that.
It sounds like you're gonna be putting a heavy dollar on this.
Yep.
Sounds like it. But yeah, it's a triple lock here. Boilers at home, revenge game.
The Boilers.
Triple lock. Next game, we got a big game at night. It's 10 o'clock Eastern. Put your DVR on. Watch it the next morning. West Coast Conference, 15th ranked Gales of St. Mary's going on the road, going to the Kennel to take on the Bulldogs of Gonzaga, ranked 12th. This one's on ESPN also. What we got here, boys?
I'm going St. Mary's. I'm gonna do it. Gonzaga has not impressed.
Gonzaga on the
Gonzaga
road.
has not impressed me in a single game that I've watched. St. Mary's really impressed me the games that I've watched. Who's that guy that got the little dude that just I forget his name off. I didn't do any research on the game.
Aiden Mahaney or something. Aiden Mahaney, maybe.
He was hitting in the couple games I've seen him play. Man, he looks like an NBA talent, and he's not even. Yeah, just a freshman. He doesn't even have any size yet. I mean, he could bulk up and get really good. I like St. Mary's in this one.
I like it. Max, what you got?
I'm gonna go the other direction and go Gonzaga. The last time that they played, I was talking about how St. Mary's never beats Gonzaga.
Overtime.
It's like once in a blue moon that you see it happen, and then it happens. So we're gonna go probably Gonzaga's gonna win the next 20 games against the Gales. I'm calling it. But I do agree with you on Ben as far as Gonzaga. I'm not too impressed with them either. But I do like Drew Timme with his senior leadership. Mark Few's a good coach, and he's always ruled that West Coast Conference. So it's going to continue to happen.
Okay. The Zags are 12-1 in the Kennel this year with that 1-point loss to Loyola Marymount. Quad 3 loss, by the way. But I think this is a revenge spot from that overtime loss. I got the Bulldogs in the Kennel.
Yeah.
I got the Bulldogs in this one. Last game we want to talk about here, special game in the Big Ten. This one's going to be on Sunday, okay? Don't look for this one on Saturday. Wait for Sunday. Don't get anxious. This one's going to be at noon Eastern. We got the 21st ranked private school Pussycats of Northwestern going on the road to take on Ben's Maryland Terrapins.
Go Turtles. Go Turtles.
Go Terps. Go Terps.
Ben, what is the X factor in this game at home?
Ooh, well, Jameer Young is always the X factor for Maryland. I think the way he plays is the way Maryland plays, but I think this is not going to be a close game, boys. It's going to be another blowout for the Terps.
Oh, okay. Benjamin.
They're a different team at home. College Park, they are 14 or 15-1 this year at home. Something like that.
I'll get that.
You know what that one loss was to UCLA.
Ass whooping.
They are undefeated at home in the Big Ten this year, boys. Northwestern's not going to be the one. I don't think so. Not this year.
Maryland is 14-1 at home. That ass whipping to UCLA was 87-60. Okay, that was an ass whipping.
That was a rough outlier.
87-60. But I'm right behind you, Ben. I gotta take the Terps at home. Let's go Terps. They got better numbers than Northwestern in the computers. I like them. I think Maryland's better, and they're at home. Let's go Terps.
I'm gonna be the opposite.
Ooh,
I am going to pick Northwestern. Northwestern's hot. They have won 3 games in a row with top 25 teams. Boo Buie is trying to be the conference player of the year. I think it's going to be a good game. Okay, I think it's going to be a close game. It might come down to a last shot by Boo Buie again, because that's what he did against Boston not too long ago.
Yeah, hit a game winner against the Hoosiers.
It's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to that one on Sunday.
Awesome.
What I like about the Terps this year most is, Jameer Young is a beast. But beyond that, they have like 5 or 6 players that can go off at any point. They have a lot of talent, and it's spread out. They usually end up scoring, multiple players per game in double figures. When they're hot at home, look out. There is no team in college basketball better at home than the Terps this year. So,
okay, wow.
That might not be true, but they're up there in the top 10.
14-1. 14-1 at home.
14-1 is good. 14-1 is good.
Good coach, by the way. The coach from Seton Hall coming over here and transforming the Maryland team.
No,
I think it was
Willard for president.
I think he's good coach.
Willard for president, boy. I'm all behind it.
Okay, nice.
He's done good things already. I'm liking the future for the Terps.
That's awesome. But you said no Sweet 16, just to conclude. No Sweet 16. One and done. Or win one and then lose in the second round of 32.
Putting money on it, that's where I'd have them losing in the second.
I think I'm right there with you. Well, boys, that concludes our bonus episode this week, a special bonus pod with our 3rd official guest of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, Ben Powell. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks for the invite. The least qualified guest you'll ever have. Like it.
I don't know about that.
We had some really good stats when it came to the Big Ten. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I like
definitely some good insight that a lot of viewers were wanting.
And you know what a lot of viewers also might be wanting is a special fun fact is Ben is also a male nurse. All 3 of our guests are male nurses somehow. I don't know how that happened, but that wasn't planned. But all 3 of our guys that we've had on, all male nurses. So, if you're looking for, on the other side of the knife, things in the body, Ben might be able to help us out with that.
Yeah.
What do you think the odds were on that you would have 3 male nurses as your first?
Oh man,
odds are low.
If someone would bet that, if someone
was that planned? Do you have a thing for nurses?
Nurses are needed. Nurses are needed.
Yes, they are.
But just to finish this up, Ben and Max, we, as everybody knows, Pat McAfee on Tuesday, his special guest every week is our buddy Aaron Rodgers, and Pat's taking the week off. I don't know what's vacation. I don't know,
sure.
But
why not?
So no, I haven't gotten any word about the dark room situation with Rodgers. Now, nothing to report on, but is that a bad thing that there's nothing to report on? There's no news. There's no word. Is he still locked in there? Did they lose the key?
Help!
Could they have lost the key? That he doesn't even know how many days has passed. He thinks it's maybe a week or 2 weeks or 2 days. Who knows what he's thinking in there? Ben, what's your opinion on Aaron Rodgers going into a dark room for 4 days and 4 nights and pooping and peeing on himself?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of insight. I've never tried it myself. We'll see how he can be the guinea pig here. We'll see if he ever makes it out. If he makes it out, then there's some sort of epiphany. But why was he doing this again? Can somebody re-explain this to me?
He wants to find himself. He wants to determine whether or not he's going to play football again, and if he does,
okay,
whether he's going to be on Green Bay or a different team.
So this is a massive publicity stunt.
Yeah,
is that
100%.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and he's got us talking about him, and we're talking about him.
And everyone's talking about it now. There you go.
What you're saying right now is it's working because we're talking about it. So
Exactly.
Hey, maybe he'll have. I bet whatever he ends up deciding is going to be major news for us. So
yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Max, is he still locked in the closet?
I think still in there. You know, something we.
Y'all seen that South Park episode where the
yes.
John Travolta? You know, I don't know. This is giving me flashbacks to that.
Great episode. Great episode. Shout out to Trey Parker, Matt Stone. South Park's amazing. But something we didn't bring up last time was, is he doing ayahuasca? Do you think that this would be a perfect time to do that? You're locked in a room, you can't go anywhere, you're going to shit and piss yourself, like that was supposed to be included in the whole ritual situation. 4 days worth of ayahuasca.
I'd take my chances on him bringing some with him. I'd take my. I don't know if he's allowed. Yeah, he keistered it because he might not be allowed to bring it.
And the guys were like, "Hey, you don't have to keister anything. You can do whatever you want in the room. Like, you do you, boo."
But he's like, I want to keister it anyways. I want to keister it anyways.
Yeah, it's my thing. It's what I do.
Anything left on this dark retreat, this dark journey from Rodgers, from either of you?
I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the update. So I can't wait till when he comes out. If he decides to come out, he might stay in there. Like there's a salamander that lives in the caves that it's so dark they lose their sight, so they have to use sonar. Maybe he's trying to figure out how to use sonar. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
It's a possibility. Well, like we said, thanks for coming on, Ben Powell, as our third official guest of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. You got to go subscribe on YouTube. Yeah. Thanks for coming in and listening today. Appreciate all the comments and the likes and the views, and subscribe on YouTube.
Heck yeah. Let's
Don't
tell Mama.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Ben. Anything else?
Pete Nance, Queef of the Year.
Pete Nance and Chris Holtman, possible Big Ten Queef of the Years. I like it. Don't tell Mama.
Don't tell Mama.